What's up, everyone? Welcome to another District Gooner Pod. I'm KP. This is episode 34. My co-host is still in the district. Steven, take it away, man.
Howdy. Had a good Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday. We caught the game. To be honest with you, I probably caught like 5 minutes of that thing. It was good company, good food, good drinks, but I actually probably caught the last couple minutes overtime. That was a good ending. They said it's exciting. I'm not really sure. I guess congratulations, Chiefs.
Yeah, congratulations, Chiefs. Way to go, Patrick. Good for you. And it was an interesting game. I don't know. I was next to you for most of it, and I also wasn't paying attention to a lot of it. I didn't even really watch the halftime show. So,
gotta give a shout out to Usher. Halftime show was on point. I'm hoping in the future we get some more bangers like that. I mean, it was banger after banger after banger. He put on roller skates at one point. Madness. Absolutely madness. The pageantry of the NFL was on full display yesterday.
It was pure entertainment, to put it in American terms. But hey, Usher wasn't the only one handing out bangers, huh? Those boys were on one come Sunday. They dished out six sweet bangers, and I was really kind of hoping that the halftime was going to end 3-0 when I was watching it. That's what I had on the pod. I wanted that to come true. I was so proud of myself for a little bit, man.
Yeah, you had it 4-0 right before the half. And you know what? We have to thank the referees for the +7 because it took them so long to get that offside call. So thank you, VAR, for giving us that extra time to get our fourth goal in the first half. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I would be so upset if I was a West Ham player and a fan. It's just like, dude, 2 minutes they wasted on that VAR, and just embarrassing. Honestly, I think it's embarrassing. There's no reason it should take that long to get to a decision for something like that.
I'm pretty sure 2 of them had him on for like easy. There might have been a third. You see the lines there. I'm not sure what took them so long. But hey, we appreciate you, referees. +7 in the first half. Ouch. Just a little extra time for those fans to exit the building.
Just a little extra time for them to exit. That's good, dude. That's funny. The game was honestly Sunday, just in general, man. Good vibes. I don't really feel like we should go kind of like play by play as we usually do. I feel like there's just like a lot of different cool talking points to get through. But I'll tell you what, Sunday the game wrapped up, man, and positive vibes. I took my dog out for a cool little walk, and I ran into an Arsenal supporter right around the block, dude. This guy like sees me with my Banana Brews scarf on, and he's just like, sweet scarf, man. Pulls down his little jacket zipper, pulls out the badge, starts tapping on it. I feel a little bad. I didn't get that person's number, but if you are listening to the pod, write into us, districtgooner@gmail.com, and we'll try to get you out on the pod, man. We're always trying to elevate the American soccer fan voice, and yeah, we appreciate you. It's fun to run into you.
Yeah, especially out here in the district. Got a lot of cultures and stuff, man. I actually see quite a bit of, and not even just necessarily Arsenal fans, but a lot of supporters of different football clubs out here. So it's nice to live somewhere like this.
It is, and it's also nice to be in a country where I have to give a shout out to Rebecca Lowe, to the 2 Rubbies on Peacock, on USA. I was watching pre-match, dude, and the 2 Rubbies were just having none of it with the celebration police. The Rubbies put the celebration police in handcuffs. They're backing Arsenal, backing Arteta. Before kickoff, they were even like, here's a highlight reel of how that Liverpool game unfolded so you Arsenal supporters can relive it. So I really appreciate the little media war we have going on.
I think they've probably been over here a little too long. They're like, what are you guys talking about? You guys are talking crazy over there. Over here, this is how we roll. We like that attitude. We like the emotion of it. I don't know about y'all over there. Got the old sport mentality, I guess.
Yeah, did you see they had photoshopped Odegaard taking with the camera, taking a photo of the fans leaving. Dude, shout out to whoever did that Photoshop, man. Way to go. That's good creativity.
That is excellent. That is, I think, for many years to come, that'll probably be a good one. Good little meme.
Yeah, that would be, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to jinx any kind of end of season photos. So let's get into the lineup. Initial reactions to it. Kiwior got the start at left back. No Tommy, no Zinchenko. My co-host was very loud and clear on the last pod. Eddie, you are not getting into this starting line, big man.
And it came to fruition. And I gotta say, I think every person he picked basically played their role. At the end of the game, so what are we gonna talk about? Maybe we can nitpick a few things. It's like, who's our weakest player? Probably our weakest link. I said Kiwior. But hey, Kiwior was involved in the first goal. He's the one that won the ball. They're trying to play out. He won a ball, gets a cross in that gets deflected for a corner. Bang, Saliba. That's his goal. So to say that Kiwior had a bad game, he had a shaky start. And I know you saw him. You were kind of on him. You were on him hard at the start of the game. He did have a shaky start. He had a bad giveaway early. But, he gets comfortable. Did you know he's only 22, by the way? I did not know that.
He's very young, and he looks very young. I mean, especially standing next to Gabriel and Saliba. I feel like I've called this out before. He looks like a boy standing next to two men, bro. But, I did feel like he started out shaky. I mean, I think in the first minute, he basically just lost the ball to Kudos. And then from then on, for the first 15 minutes, Big Gabby wasn't even looking this guy's way. And for me, that says a lot when Big Gabby's like, nah, dude, just keep going to the right side. Just keep going to the right side. I'm not passing it to you right now. You're not ready for this, bro.
It was a very right dominant game. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I have to give Mikel the props. He's making him just play left back. It was too much for him before. It was just too much. Play within yourself thing. I think he did all right. Obviously, he's probably our weak link. But Kudos was also coming in the game. He's been playing really well. And that was actually their danger zone. He didn't get a sniff. Didn't get a sniff all game. So I do have to give Kiwior credit. The one time that he actually almost got done was a ball from, I think his name, Ben Johnson. The guy playing on the left. He put that ball in. Kudos was coming in behind Kiwior. Yes. He was coming in behind. He got his body in the way, dealt with it, put it out for a corner. It's like, all right, this dude's here to play.
Dude, to be fair, that's such a good shout out because it was West Ham, wasn't it? The last time where they had a similar cross on their first goal at the Emirates in the Premier League where Kiwior let the ball go across his body and he tried to hit it with his left foot.
Yeah.
Same exact situation. This time he deals with it much better. And yeah, I agree with you. One of the biggest changes that was clear and obvious was Benny Blanco was the inverted outside back. And it was good. We've given that shout out before on the pod as well. Like, hey, maybe Ben can play that role. Why not just flip some of these things? So we are seeing a lot of changes and the team feels very dynamic. It's really exciting at this moment.
Yeah, and I'll have, this is a perfect segue. I just watched a video by 442. It's on YouTube. And it talked about the inversion of Ben White. And the way they had it, and I haven't watched the game back to see how credible it is, but they did have some statistics to back it up. So at the start of the game, it was almost like a 2-3. So Gabriel, Saliba, and then in front of them was Ben White, Declan Rice, and Kiwior. And the two outside backs were really wide. And they said for about 25 minutes, that's how we were playing. And Odegaard was having to drop in deep to receive the ball. He wasn't able to get on it. And then when he was receiving it, his back was to our goal, right? So he wasn't turning. He was just kind of playing that, that one-touch pass back to probably Rice, one of the center backs. They said this is an Arteta change. He saw something tactically 25 minutes in, and all of a sudden Ben White starts doing the inverted role because they had that guy on the left wing, Ben Johnson, who's actually an outside back. And what they were basically saying is, he said, we don't respect this guy. He's not going to do anything out there. Ben, invert. We don't care about that space. And Odegaard got up the field. And that's the way they backed it up was here's his touches, first 25 minutes. here's his passes. And they're much more in our end of the field. And then also when we got forward, they were all backwards. After from the 25th, I think they got it to the 60th. They didn't put it too much past, the drubbing. But the rest of the game, he's in all these good spots where Odegaard wants to be, where he does his damage. I was like, they wanted to give Arteta the shout out, like, hey, you actually made it a tactical change during the game. You don't get the credit sometimes for those things. I thought that was kind of nice. Like, that's not something I thought of. I just kind of assumed watching the game, like, oh, Ben's being inverted. But hey, first 25 minutes, to be fair, West Ham actually was in the game, right? It took us 30 minutes to score. There was actually more of a game that first 25. So maybe they're onto something.
That's fair, dude. And, it's hard. Obviously, it's a 6-0 job. Not a lot to be discontent about. But in those first 20 minutes, yeah, Kiwi was shaky. But Benny Blanco, they were just playing some 1-2s around him a couple of times. That's how Johnson was getting behind us. So hopefully we'll watch some tape on that. Because Benny, you got to turn with the player, man.
It was a good video. Maybe I'll send it to you. It was a good opportunity to watch. But we got to hit on, so we're talking lineup. We got to talk about the Kai Trossard link up, man. I feel like you got some feelings on that one.
Dude, I mean, King Kai, dude. Dude, he's so clean. He's so smooth with it. The way that they were interchangeable, the way that they knew, like, defensively, he was dropping in the 8 role when on their goal kicks. He was clear. He was playing in the center mid. On our goal kicks, he was playing more of a center mid. But then Trossard is the one dropping deep, turning, and just dropping some dimes, dude. Yeah. That boy's passing was on. And, I mean, so good. So good. The two of them, underappreciated players.
I think so. The space goblin that is Havertz, right? That's what he does. He runs into the space. He knows where the space is. Trossard, I kind of think of him as a roaming player, basically. He stays central, but he just finds the spaces that he can find and pick up the ball. I think they work just off of each other so well. Able to read each other. Hey, I'm going here. Kai, no problem. I'm going to take that space up, right? He can play the 9. He knows how to make those runs. Second goal. That long ball to Saka, man. Trossard, he's our striker. He gets the ball in our own half, picks it up. All right. Boom. Dinks that ball over on the money. I think that's something to be excited about going forward. This might be a good look.
Yeah. Hey, on that second goal, so we're up 1-0. We get the penalty. Were you surprised at all that Saka took the penalty? Did you have any nerves kind of leading up to it? Because for me, just Areola, I feel like he's a save master, bro. And I was a little worried personally when he was stepping up.
If it was me on the pitch, I would have said, Odegaard, take this bad boy. Personally, got to give respect to Saka. I'm sure you've heard all the stuff, Missed the pen, against West Ham last year. Obviously, everyone likes to talk about the Euros, yada, yada. But, hey, he did put it away. But if it was me, I'd put Odegaard on that personally.
Yeah, to be fair to him, man, he smashed it. He has his shooting boots on, man. I mean, I'm going to jump forward a little bit to the 5th goal. We've been talking about we need to see some clean goals, dude. I want to see the net shake, bro. Remember that goal he had the other game where he just like lumped over? You're like, oh my gosh, that actually got over the line. Like, I want to see the net belted, man. And that felt good. That felt good, some of these goals that we had.
Yeah, he needed that downside, and he talked about it after the game. He did miss those 2 really big chances early.
Dude, that header? Oh, yeah. Actually, Kiwior, such a good cross. Gotta give him props there. But man, Saka can't head a damn thing, bro.
That's definitely his kryptonite. You gotta have a weakness somewhere. That's his weakness, I think, is the heading. So he had that one, and then he had that chance where he put it wide. He tried to dink Areola, but Kai Havertz was also right there, right at the 6. And you could tell he didn't play it back.
I wanted that pass so bad, dude.
And after the game, Saka was like, yeah, I'm happy with the performance. I'm happy to get 2 goals, but I could have had more. Just me personally, I could have had more. So you gotta keep working, gotta keep grinding.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of struggling with the concept of I could have had more. Does it mean I could have had more goals? Because it's also like, hey, you could have had an assist. You could have had more assists too, Bukayo. Like sometimes our two wingers, I'm going to call them out, Martinelli, Saka, they can be a little selfish, bro. I got to be honest. They can be a little selfish.
I usually think Saka makes the right choice, personally. I think he does. That one, I mean, it was still a good chance. He could have put that away. But, you know, immediately he saw Kai there, and I think he put his hand up like, you know what? That's my bad. A little greedy. Especially at 1-0, that's a tap-in. That's a tap-in goal. So that's too bad. But
that's fair, dude. All right. Well, so we've talked about the second goal and the fifth goal. So the first goal and the third goal were both set piece goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're back on our set piece magic, dude.
Yes. Yeah. And you called it out on the third one. This man Gabriel get a free kick. If we get a free kick in the attacking third, he is running over to the ball. Put this thing on my head. I'm going for stick it on, just lump it in. I will be there. And Keon called this out. He's like, he always be talking to him every time we get a free kick.
Dude, every time Declan, he goes over, hand over mouth.
Hey, you better put this in the mixer.
Stick it on my head, please. So funny.
Dude, I mean, these boys can dunk, man. William Saliba on their first goal. Like, I know there's maybe Benny Blanco has some dark arts in his pocket, but also, dude, just put it far post. That dude gets up, man. That's a big man.
Yeah. Both of them, I think that's incredible. We got both these dudes right now. Insane.
I will say Willow needed that. Needed that goal, dude.
That's a good shout. And to say he's had a tough run is a complete overstatement because he's still bossing it, you know. But he's had a few mistakes, had a few moments, I think, defensively shaky. Yeah, I love his celebration. He's hype. But let's shout out this dude, Declan Rice, putting in these balls. I had no idea he had this in his locker. No idea. I know Martinelli putting in corners. We're kind of like not happy with him. Trossard starts taking the corners. We're not happy with him. And Declan Rice, the first time he went to take a corner, I was like, we're putting one of our biggest dudes, one of our biggest threats on the corners? Well, damn. They obviously, AirPods was watching something because it's the right call.
So it's kind of interesting, this notion of putting one of our big guys on the ball, because when I think back to Arsenal, some of our, back in the day, Robin Van Persie used to take a lot of the corners from the left side. I always had a bit of a thought, like, that's our number 9, man. But, dude, if the ball is there, the ball is there, bro. We got other big guys to go for it.
The proof is in the pudding. And that second ball, the one that Gabriel headed, that's a hell of a ball.
Yeah.
The way he can put the pace on it, I think, the power he puts on the ball, it's just excellent.
It is. It really is. And so maybe just since we're talking Declan, 6th goal, kind of reminisce a little bit of it. You know, the goal he had against Chelsea, kind of similar, dude, the way he just whips that thing in the same corner. But first I want to talk about the boos. That man was getting booed from the first minute. And I think that's actually kind of embarrassing if you're a West Ham fan.
It's an interesting one. Because what did he really do to you? He didn't do anything. He won you guys a European trophy, right? He checked that box. Got you guys 100 mil in the transfer market. Check that box. And then he scored and he didn't even celebrate. Check that box. And what are you mad about?
Yeah, and it's not like he was bitter about getting a transfer. You never heard him say, oh, I want a transfer. I want to get out of here. It's not like, remember when Harry Kane wasn't turning up for training? And they still put that guy, they want a statue for that guy. It's like,
exactly.
What are you talking about? What a class act, dude. So the fact that you're booing, you know what? You deserve to go home at half.
Declan Rice is an absolute poster boy. Like, right? He seems like he's a model citizen. He's the captain, all this stuff. I mean, it is nice when he came off. He subbed. He had just scored. And then he's clapping the crowd. They gave him some love back. Did you see on our stream? There's a bunch of people clapping, and there's one kid. He's probably like, I'd guess he's like 20. He's like wanker. Like hilarious. Had me dying. You know, the camera immediately cuts away from him. Like, ah, shit.
No, I
But
missed
he did
it.
get his respect. He did get his respect when he came off the field. But at 6-0, what else are they going to do? They're going to keep booing? The true fans are left at that point.
That's fair, dude. That's fair. Hey, let's talk about the fourth goal just really quickly, because I know you've been just pounding the table. The best finisher in this club is Leonardo Trossard, bro. Give it to him.
Woo-wee. Clean. I texted Keon during the game, the way he was playing. I was like, this dude is he is itching for a goal. He's itching for an assist today. He is playing. So I'll give him the assist on the Saka penalty. I'll give him the assist on that. But his goal, just clean, man. To me, that's becoming like a vintage Trossard. Like that movement, that side shuffle, like deadens the ball, side shuffle, bang, whips it. Like that's his trademark, it seems like. And then give me the goggles, give me the raccoon celebration. We love it.
Dude, have you seen the thing about like his goal involvement and just how impressive it is? And I think if I'm kind of going to compare him to someone, I actually kind of see him being similar to Berbatov. I think about some of the seasons that Berbatov had at United, and he would just come off the bench, score. He won the Golden Boot one year, and I don't think he had one start. So that's the vibe that I get from Leo, dude. He's just a baller, man.
It's tough to leave on the bench right now. Really tough. The one thing I would say about the lineup for this week, though, is that we were light. If you did look at the lineup since we started Trossard and Martinelli, you'd like to think one of those two guys would be our top offensive player off the bench. But, on Sunday, if that thing had lingered on into the 70th, we didn't have much firepower off the bench at all. Smith Rowe, I don't know what you're doing, but he got hurt again, so he's out for this game. Hopefully he's back soon. But we are looking light going forward, which is a little bit of a worry.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad, the news that he rolled his ankle in training. I don't know, probably going to be out for 3 weeks at minimum, I imagine, unless it's like a light sprain. But that kind of training injury, I feel like is a result of just really wanting to get into the team. You really want to get into the team and you hurt yourself in training. That's how I see it. That's
fair enough. When we're trying to get ahead of people like Trossard, like Kai Havertz, and they're playing the way they are, that's fair enough, right? That's fair enough. But these dudes right now, they're rolling. I don't see him coming off the bench, really. Burnley could be a shake-up game. I could totally see us rotating a little bit. But I think something might be a brewing, man. I think something might be a brewing.
That's fair, dude. So, even though we had a thin bench, look, El Neni was back. I was glad to see him getting some minutes. Some people are very upset that Cedric got some minutes. Maybe we can talk about that a little bit. But hey, 3 other players, Nelson, Eddie, and the young man. What's his name?
Ethan Nwaneri.
Ethan got some playing time. I liked him. He looked confident, man, and he was kind of up for it.
I really liked the way the team got him involved. There was a few touches that he got from Odegaard when he was like, maybe a yard, 2 yards away from him. He played to Odegaard and he's running, and Odegaard immediately just gives it back to him. Like, no, go ahead. Do your thing. Just keep the ball moving. And so you could see people were looking for him, which is really nice. It's 6-0. Give the kid some confidence. Maybe he's the next up-and-coming thing. Who knows? But to have your veteran teammates treat you like that and are not just hiding the ball from you, I think that's a good look.
That's fair. Actually, so as soon as he came on, he fouled one of their players, right? And then they showed the bench, and one of the assistant coaches from the documentary, the guy who does all the video stuff, it looked like he was cracking up, dude. So my only thought was they must have had a bet. It's like, oh, this young man is gonna go in and he's gonna foul someone within the first couple of minutes. I guarantee it. He's gonna go in too hot, man.
His heart was racing. He's gonna put in 130, 150% trying to do anything he can. What was funny was, so the Olays are going off. Calvin Phillips is running around like a madman, and he took him out. He took the kid out, I think maybe once or twice. I thought that was funny.
dude, he took him out, but
Yeah.
he had a nasty tackle on Reese Nelson.
Yeah, no, Phillips he's begging for a card. He absolutely was.
I don't know. What do you think about that? Do you think the fans shouldn't ole?
No, they absolutely should. I think they absolutely should. I would like to see someone check him, personally.
Oh, it's kind of hard, because
Phillips.
by that point, all of our big dogs are off the pitch, and like now you're laying some hammers down on this young person. Like there isn't someone to just give one back to you. I think that's fair, dude. That's weak behavior.
Yeah. Early on in the game, this is something that I did note. Saka got the yellow card. Alvarez, the guy.
Big Gabby was
Mexico.
up in that dude's face, man.
He immediately goes over there and protects him. Like, yes, that's early in the game. Got an early yellow. Got in his grill. Like, no, we not round here, partner. Not round here.
That's so funny, dude. And,
I like that.
It was actually it was a bad tackle. Like, I know Saka kind of got out of the way, but kind of studs up going for it like that. And he was saying that it's not even a yellow. Like, dude, get out of here.
Yeah, it was the studs. It was that's the studs up. Got him. Could have been worse, but get up in his grill early. Set the tone. We're not doing that around here.
That's true. I do love when Big Gabby does that. Willow does that too sometimes. They're very good, those big guys to stand up for the team. It's always pleasing to see. All right, man. Well, do you want to comment on Cedric? Do you have anything to say about him, his performance, maybe?
I don't. I actually don't have anything to say about Cedric. I really don't care that he came on. I don't find it to be that big of a deal. 6-0. Like, get Ben White off. I'm good with that. We're gonna run him into the ground. Looking at the bench, if let's just say Ben White does go out, who's his cover? Tomiyasu, right? Is it Tomiyasu? Yeah, I guess. Tomiyasu's known for getting hurt as well, so Cedric should be in. I don't really care that much. Do you have an opinion?
No, I agree with you. I don't know why the fan base is so up in arms about Cedric getting playing time. Like, for me, it's his last 6 months, right, with us, and he's a senior member of the team. I'm sure he is a very good professional. Like, there has to be a reason that he's there. A couple of times he actually would run down. He's always warming up in the first half, and he's always running down and giving instructions on like corners and stuff. So I'm glad he played, because to your point, yeah, you don't know when you're going to have to call on some of these guys. Hey, maybe he'll get in and have to play a Champions League game if we're very thin. You don't know. And I think he did all right.
Don't mind. Good squad player. I think everybody likes him. I think he's a very good character guy. The picture thing is hilarious. We all love that. Yeah, he's going to get in a 6-0 game. I guess if that's the worst thing we can talk about this game, hey, it was a great Sunday.
It was a great Sunday. Anything else you want to chat about, or should I throw some cool stats at you?
Ooh, I thought we were heading for the stats. Let's get it.
So, actually, I don't really know if it counts as a stat, but after the result over the weekend, Arsenal have now defeated all 3 reigning European champions. We beat City, we beat Sevilla, and we just beat West Ham. So, wow. All the big European champions from last season have lost to the Arsenal.
I hope you didn't jinx anything. I hope you didn't just rewrite the script.
Yeah, I hope not. But hey, look, things are going well, man. As once the calendar turned, I'm gonna go to the social post here from the Prodipnod. I butcher your username. I'm sorry. But they have this post here that says 2024 Arsenal's Premier League stats. We've played 4 games. We have scored 16 goals, dude. The goals are back. We've conceded just 2 goals. We've had 7 different scorers. All 4 games have obviously been won. 2 of them were at home. 2 of them were away. So great balance there as well. And 2 of the games were against top half teams, and 2 were against the bottom half teams. So really strong start to 2024.
Really strong start. And one thing that I did want to say about this game that I think is a standout, West Ham's not a bottom I mean, what are they? They're like 7th or 8th, I think, in the table. But the way they play with the deep block, I feel like we did play a little bit different. There was like a 5-minute stretch where they probably had 10 folks in their box and just bowing outside of it. But we didn't play to their strengths. When we lost to them in December, we played to their strengths. We just hit the horseshoe, hit the U outside, and kept just battering into the box, dribbling into them. That's one of the games I remember Jesus just kept trying to dribble through them.
Oh,
and kept
yeah.
getting stop. We were playing a little bit deeper, right? Actually hitting the long shot. I know you get mad about the fake shot, the pump fake. No, we were actually trying to send them in. We got plenty of corners off deflections. So we're learning. It's good to see that our coaching staff is seeing these things.
Yeah.
So it's nice going forward. I think good vibes. The momentum, bro. Momentum is high.
That was the biggest thing, dude. After a Liverpool game, that was my biggest worry. It's like, can we maintain this energy? Can we continue and kind of not fall off? And that's, shout out to Dubai, man. I mean, we are looking fresh, dude.
Shout out to Dubai. Absolutely. Whatever happened over there, maybe it was Salt Bay. I don't know, but we are looking good.
One thing I want to shout out, dude, is all the games that I just mentioned in 2024, one player stands out for me, and it's the skipper. Martin Odegaard has just been on fire, not getting the man of the match awards, maybe not getting the assist that he deserves on the stat sheet, but dude, he is setting the fucking standards, bro.
That's completely correct, bro. He is absolutely setting the tone for us. I don't think he gets the praise like you're saying. Maybe it's just unnoticed, or maybe this is just what he does, right? Like, he's that dude. He's a dog out there. The level that he presses at so consistently is incredible. He's just running out there, waving people forward, like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Obviously, he's a magician with the ball at his feet. He's been that guy. I could have seen him getting man of the match this game. He's just a dog out there. He's a dog.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear it, man. I called it out in the first half of the season too. I don't want to hear it. No captain performance away. No good performances against the big teams. No, keep your negative headlines and keep your click-chasing talking points to yourself, bro. Write them down in a little notebook and then close the notebook, bro. I don't got time for it. That's my captain, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you. He's given a few performances, I think, where he's like put the team on my back type of mentality. Like, we're gonna run through me. 10 minutes. We're in a tough spell. We're gonna run through me. Give me the ball, and I'll get us forward. I'll get us out of this. He does his thing, winning the ball up high. Man, he's I'm happy he's on our team. Absolutely.
30 million.
Yeah, that's a steal. Thank you, Real.
Shout out to the Madristas. All right, man. Oh, one thing about the last two games that we've had. Have you seen this little comp going around? The last two shots that Arsenal have faced. All the shots that Arsenal have faced in the last two games. I am happy that we got this shutout. I think, look, it's 6-0. It's 4-0. You can maybe drop your levels and concede one. We don't get that many shots. I've been on Raya's back, so I'm glad we kept the clean sheet and walked out of there with a little nil job, dude.
Yeah, you wouldn't be surprised if it had ended like 6-2, right? It wouldn't have been that surprising if that had happened.
This is Arsenal, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're used to those types of things. At 6-0, they did have that one sniff of goal. West Ham did. I think Raya blocked it. There was a kind of a rebound. Someone cleared it. Probably 4 or 5 guys standing there like, let's get it. Like, we're getting a clean sheet today. Let's go. Make sure we're up to that level. So I always take note of those types of things. I love it. I absolutely love it.
I agree with you. All right. Anything else you want to shout out before I update the listeners on how the ladies of Arsenal are doing?
Straight to the ladies. Let's go.
Yeah, so everyone knows we like to keep the pod, one band, as my co-host says, right? And unfortunately, the ladies suffered a loss again over the weekend. This is 2 losses on the bounce for them now. But this was in the FA Cup. It was in the 5th round of the FA Cup. They lost 1-0 to Man City. So a little bit of a tough pill to swallow. They conceded in the 74th minute and they lost 1-0. That's
ouch.
Seems like it's a tight game that just doesn't go your way.
Ouch. I think it was on during was it on at the same time as the men's game?
So our game started, the men's game started at 9 and the ladies kicked off at 7:30. So it was just wrapping up as we were starting. They will be playing Manchester United on Saturday.
All right. Don't make it 3.
Don't make it 3. Yep. If there's anything you've learned from the men, don't make it 3.
The sky is falling. The sky is falling.
So let's stay chatting though, because my co-host is going to be traveling again. He's going to get back on his horse. So we might not have an episode dropping until after the Champions League game, but let's turn our attention to Burnley at the weekend. It's It's a 10 a.m. kickoff, I think. We're away. You've already kind of teased that you won't be surprised if there's change up to the line. What are you thinking, man?
I just wouldn't be surprised if there's a change up. I guess it's at home, right?
No, it's away.
It's away. Okay. Ooh. Turf Moor. Not the Turf Moor we're used to though. Things have changed. Man. You know what? I'm gonna. It's almost like me going back on my word here. I think Eddie Nketiah might start this game.
Are you saying that you quit because you think it's a W?
I just think you don't put out your good looks for a game like this to me.
Well, let me set the stage a little bit. So we play Burnley away on Saturday at 10 a.m. and then we play FC Porto, big match, right? On Wednesday, away again. So I hear you in the fact that, hey, maybe we'll rest some players. I'm not sure, man. I'm really not sure.
It's tough because we got to keep the momentum. This is a tough one, Keon. It really depends, I think, on who's healthy also.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Is Jesus back? That does change things.
Wait, if he is back, do you think he just walks into the starting line?
No, see, I don't think that. I don't think he deserves to do that. I think we've done that too many times at this point. He keeps getting hurt, right? Maybe we need to take a different approach with him and not just throw him back into the lineup. I've said this before. Last season, Jesus got hurt. Adia picked up the line, did okay. And then when he fell off, Trossard picked it up. I think we were like 3-4 games unbeaten. Jesus comes back and they throw him in. I was like, to me, it didn't make any sense. Like at the time, it just didn't make sense. So I don't know. I think there could be some tweaks to the lineup. I didn't give this much thought, so I'm gonna throw it over to you.
No, that's fair. So let me start with the back line. I don't really know what's going on with Tommy. Is it just that he's getting a little bit of rest because he played a lot of games in quick succession? That's fine. If Tommy is fit, I want to see Tommy, and I'm actually thinking give one of the center backs a rest. Give Kiwior a chance at center back. I think that's a good game for him, potentially. That's where I would go. Or maybe play Tommy at center back and play Kiwior outside. I just think the defenders could potentially use a little bit of a rest before we go to Porto, and then we play Newcastle. There's going to be tough physical games. Mm-hmm. So defensively, I wouldn't mind a little rotation, a little bit of a change up there. Midfield, it's a tough one because I imagine Jorginho is not going to play. I think you go with the same. I kind of think midfield and attack, you run it back, dude. It was so good. And I think you run it back. If Jesus is fit, he comes off from the bench. I think he gets in maybe in the 70th minute, maybe 75th minute. Give him 15 minutes just so we can see Champions League Jesus, on Wednesday. So that's how I kind of see it playing out.
Gotcha. Maybe this is just me being like negative or like me being the cynical side of myself. But I sometimes feel like when good things are happening and you're consistent with it, like, oh, this is our new approach, right? Why would we give someone another look at what we're doing if this is how we're going to run our team now, right? Let's just say the Kai Trossard thing. Maybe that's our vibe for the next good run of games. Why run that out against Burnley when I think we should outmatch them, right? We should just play them off the pitch. There's a lot of players that can play. I think we're just a better team. We're a better squad. So I don't think we need to see that personally. But again, on the flip, got to keep the momentum. You can't drop anything. Talk about trap games and things like that. The real game to worry about is the one against Newcastle at the back end of this week. That's the tough one. The Porto game, I'd be fine, get a draw. I think we just got to get it back home in a good state. But that one back home against Newcastle, that's going to be a big one.
That's fair, dude. That's fair. So, do you have a score prediction for the Burnley game?
3-0. Eddie Nketiah hat-trick.
All right, man. Yeah, I do want to see a shutout. No, I agree with you. I want to see a shutout because I was thinking about saying 5-1, but then I thought I want to see a shutout. So
put the flavor on it. I like that. I like that shout.
All right, fair. 5-1.
Put a little spice on there. Ooh.
Cool, man. Well, you want to tell everyone anything else?
No, everybody enjoy your week. We'll see you after that Porto game. Hopefully we get a couple more wins. What are we looking at? We're at 4 right now, right? 4 in a row?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. I think you said 15 in a row a couple weeks ago.
This team is capable of it.
Still in play.
This team is capable of putting a run like that together, man. But hey, with that, thanks so much for spending time with us. If you like the podcast, please rate and leave a review. Also, share it on social. It's the best way for others to find out about us. And don't forget, you can write into the show, districtgooner@gmail.com.
Be easy.